right now.
This Friday morning on Fox 21 Local News at 7.
When the worst possible thing that can happen in this community was happening all around them, nobody lost their cool. Everybody showed up to work. Everybody was responding to keep this community safe.
365 days later, we're taking a look back at the one-year anniversary of the historic explosion at Husky Refinery in Superior. We're taking you inside the old Last Place on Earth building in downtown Duluth. It's now home to a luxury hotel. Well, as Brittany is perfecting her aim in this week's active adventures. And clean up, clean up. The Duluth Experience wants everyone to do their share.
This is Fox 21 Local News at 7 a.m.
Good Friday morning and welcome to your only local news at 7. I'm Brett Scott.
And I'm meteorologist Brittany Merlot. We're finally to the weekend and the weather is going to be wonderful.
Perfect.
Yes.
I like that. Remember where we were this time last year?
I do. We were out on Lake Superior. We were charter fishing. We were out in the skim ice having a beautiful, fantastic spring morning.
It was nice.
And then
but
things
then
changed.
The Husky Refinery blew up.
Yep.
And we remember that, don't we?
Yes, we sure do. It's 1 year since that day.
Yep.
So let's take a look at the weather outside right now. It's beautiful. Sunshine out there, a little bit of cloud mix as well, but just made the sunrise that more pretty. So we're sitting at 39 degrees here at Duluth International. We're a little bit cooler than we were this time yesterday morning across a lot of areas, especially into Moose Lake and Silver Bay and Grand Marais, where you're about 10 to 15 degrees cooler. We are sitting in those low 40s to mid 30s across the region, but the difference between today and yesterday is winds. They are sustained at about 15 to 17 miles per hour out of the northwest with gusts up to 30 at times. So it is a very windy day out there, and it's of course making it feel more like the upper 20s to the low 30s. So we're kind of feeling right below freezing as we step outside, and it's also very dry out right now with dew points in the 30s, and it's only going to get drier as we head through the afternoon, which is a chance for some wildfires. So no burning between 1 and 5 because we have dry vegetation, low humidity, and a lot of windy conditions out there. So just avoid any burning or bonfires between 1 to 5. And the rest of the day today, we're looking at mostly sunny skies. Any clouds that are here this morning will fade away, and we'll just see a lot of sunshine throughout the day. And temperatures a little bit cooler than yesterday, paired with those strong winds too, up to 25 miles per hour. We'll hit highs in those mid 50s.
Well, 1 year ago today, drivers making their way along Highway 61 noticing thick black smoke billowing into the air along the shoreline in Superior. What many of us would soon find out is a massive explosion and multiple fires were happening at the Husky Oil Refinery in Superior. The chaotic scene unfolding during a routine maintenance shutdown for periodic inspection in an area known as the Fluid Catalytic Cranking Unit. The eroded side valve plays an important role keeping hydrocarbons and oxygen separate, but investigators believe over time it deteriorated, causing the historic event to unfold.
At this point, if in doubt, if you don't know if you are within that evacuation zone, but you're in the city of Superior, please just leave. Find a place to go.
There you have it. Superior Mayor Jim Payne and city officials in Superior and both Duluth as well working around the clock to make sure residents were up to date with the rapidly unfolding situation. No fatalities were reported during this incident. And this morning we're taking a look back at the chaos that unfolded from the campus of UWS to the Mariner Mall and Superior Public Schools.
None of us expected this to happen, but yeah.
April 26th of 2018. It was a hectic day in the city of Superior.
I was supposed to go back to my dorm. It's like over there, kind of close to the explosion. But then I got an email saying that we have to be evacuated.
Students at UWS getting an alert as crews worked to battle a major fire and explosion at Husky Energy Superior Refinery.
We were we were actually having a conference call, and all of a sudden it just went whoosh. Just kind of a big boom in a way.
You just kind of stop right there and you're thinking, oh boy, what's going on?
David Eastman says this is a scene he's never witnessed in his 40 years of living in Superior.
We do know quite a few people actually that work there.
Thankfully, David's friends checked in safe.
You're also trusting that they go through a lot of scenarios like this.
Shortly after noon, the Mariner Mall in Superior shut its doors.
Actually, we were in there, we heard and felt the explosion.
Hundreds of people now forced to leave. Traffic chaotic as the evacuation radius grew.
Heard they're closing down schools and daycare, so everyone in the mall at least is evacuating that I know of.
It got a little crazy there for a bit.
Library assistant Lori Madges spent her afternoon helping students connect with worried parents.
Some kids are a little panicky. I can't find my mom,
She says evacuation drills in the past may have contributed to the students and staff quickly getting to safe places. Now, officials with Superior School District said last April it's possible previous evacuation drills at local schools helped with students and staff quickly getting to safer places last year. Well, Husky Energy has released the following statement regarding the one-year anniversary of the explosion and fires that sent the Twin Ports into shock. Quote, "We know April 26th of 2018 had a significant impact on the community. We have spent the year seeking to rebuild trust with our neighbors and looking at ways to further improve the safety and operations of the refinery." Superior Fire Department played an integral role in helping to extinguish the Husky fire. Superior Fire Chief Steve Panger is reflecting on the day and how it wasn't just the department who came together to help out on an extremely busy and hectic day.
There was a lot of agencies that came in and helped us, and they were here quickly, and we all worked well together, and I think it just emphasizes the importance of you know, we don't have one agency, we're not huge municipalities, we need to work together.
As for preparedness, Chief Panger said the Husky explosion was a good test. He went on to say it proved the fire department has good protocol and training in place for when an emergency of that scale occurs. Now, we will be bringing you more tonight on Fox 21 Local News from Chief Panger and others on this one-year anniversary. And of course, many of us will never forget the fear and nervousness as the evacuation zone continued to grow last year on April 26th. Brittany's back with us now, and the weather played a big role in this.
Oh gosh, it sure did. We were looking at that forecast very closely. Those winds were pretty strong. So the weather conditions last year just played a huge role in those evacuations. Let's take a look back. As the smoke plume from the explosion continued to rage through the evening, the smoke was seen billowing high enough in the sky to pick up on weather radar. And the evacuation area kept growing well outside of the city of Superior. A mandatory evacuation was underway for 3 miles around the refinery and grew all the way to 10 miles to the south. This was all because of the strong winds out of the north at 25 miles per hour with gusts up to 35, sending the thick black smoke as far south as Minong. Residents were encouraged to keep their windows closed and stay inside as the threat of toxins was possibly in the air.
We need to make sure that the air quality both at the refinery and throughout the city is 100% safe. We're looking for zeros, zero risk to the public. When those things are true, then we're going to lift the evacuation order.
Shortly after, the winds began to shift around and swung the smoke plume towards the west.
It shifts, and as the smoke plume shifts, you will smell stuff that you can't see. There's an odor threshold for chemicals that a lot of times is not hazardous, but if you smell it, that can bring an alarm or concern. So we want to get an area out there to do air monitoring, find out what the levels are in the communities downwind.
After a sleepless night, the evacuation order was lifted at 6 a.m. the next morning. That was some crazy stuff. I remember forecasting that Duluth was going to smell those toxins that night because those winds calmed, that smoke settled at the Twin Ports, and it was wild.
Definitely. Well, we were at the deck that evening, and people had to evacuate there, so it's a crazy situation.
And that Salvation Army, too, they were activated right away there with everything, food, everything for the people that came there.
Definitely.
So.
And Duluth and Superior working together to bring the community back together.
Yeah, that was fantastic. They were taking people from Superior hospitals, bringing them to our Duluth hospitals as well. So
definitely.
Just the efforts, outstanding. So.
Yeah, everything it takes,
and
right?
We're all safe.
Well, we're just getting started here this morning on Fox 21 Local News at 7. Here's a look at what's still ahead this morning. Brittany says we're in store for a sunny Friday, but cooler temps this weekend. Catch your full forecast. The Minnesota Slip getting spruced up for the summer season with charter docks now being installed. Plus, the Northland Foundation announces a new plan to help curb the childcare shortage right here in our region. And busted by the bus. Find out how the police in one Minnesota city are cracking down on distracted drivers. Stick with us.
Taking a look at national weather, storms leave a trail of damage across Texas and Louisiana. 2 people were killed in the Louisiana city of Ruston after a tree fell on their home. The National Weather Service confirms that a tornado touched down in the area early Thursday morning. A Starbucks, Pizza Hut, a gas station could be seen with extensive damage following the storm as well. So some scary stuff. That severe weather season is definitely kicking on up. Here for us, we don't get it until a little bit later, but of course we've seen a few rumbles of thunder across the Northland, but it's a beautiful morning right now. No trace of any thunder or rain as we head through the day today. It's a beautiful Friday at 42 degrees right now at Fox 21. Up towards the hill, 41 degrees, 39 39 up the North Shore, 34 into Grand Marais. We're still sitting in those mid-30s into northern Minnesota and the Iron Range as well. Down along the South Shore, a tiny bit warmer in the upper 30s to low 40s, 43 into Bayfield, 39 at Solon Springs, and those winds are breezy, sustained out of the northwest up to 15 miles per hour. We're also feeling gusts near 30. Right now they're kind of looking at about 25, but it's still very breezy out there, making it feel more like the upper 20s to low 30s. So you're going to want a jacket. These are feeling like below freezing temperatures. It's also very dry out there today. Dew points at about 30 degrees right now. So as we head through the afternoon, wildfire chances are actually possible because of the dry vegetation out there from the long winter, low humidity, and high winds. So no burning between 1 to 5 p.m. today. That's when we're going to be at our driest point paired with the windiest point. Just kind of avoid that as we head through the afternoon. Now we're also on the flip side looking at flood warnings and flood advisories still ongoing towards the Chippewa flowage off towards Winter, Wisconsin. And then, of course, the Mississippi from Brainerd through Fort Ripley is still above flood stage there as well. Now we're looking at mostly cloudy skies here at the Twin Ports at now, but it's starting to burn off very quickly into mostly sunny skies throughout the rest of the day today. So it's going to just be a gorgeous one, a good Friday to end the work week and school week and get outside and enjoy it. It will be breezy, so you might want to put your hair up or, just kind of be prepared for it feeling a little bit cooler. High temperatures, though, will be into those low 50s in northern Minnesota, mid 50s for the rest of the Northland. And again, those winds will calm down tonight. But we'll also see clouds arriving later on in the morning hours. So overnight lows will drop to the upper 20s to mid 30s. And then tomorrow we'll see clouds, especially in Wisconsin, likely at the Twin Ports, as a little system swings by the cities, bringing rain to the cities and snow to Chicago and southern Wisconsin. So if you're headed out of town this weekend, do be prepared for that. It'll all clear out by Sunday, though, and we'll see a nice sunny Sunday. Temperatures, though, will be cooler. We'll be into those 40s, and we're going to stay in those 40s through the rest of the week. Then the jet stream kind of shifts a little bit, and we get chances for a wintry mix headed our way on Monday, and then maybe another one Wednesday, Thursday as well. So we'll keep an eye on that, but temperatures cooling, so enjoy today.
Perfect. No big rain this weekend.
No.
Like we kind of thought earlier in the week, but it cleared out.
It stays to the south. I thought that the whole time, so it's good stuff.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's what we like to hear. Thanks, Brittany. We'll turn you to National Day. Treat yourself to some carbs today because it's National Pretzel Day. Exciting.
Ooh.
Now, historians say monks in the Middle Ages made the treat in the shape of praying hands. Consider celebrating with either a sweet or savory one. And I just looked up, Pennsylvanians eat roughly 12 pounds of pretzels every year. Wow. They're popular there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
12 pounds.
That's a lot.
What do you like to put on your pretzel?
I like to dip it in the cheese.
Me too.
I don't like a lot of salt. I want salt on it, but I need to take a lot of it off.
Yeah. The pretzel salt they put on is just like intense.
It's too much.
They're just huge
little
salt crystals.
So I'm a weird one. I'll take it with salt, wipe, cheese.
Right.
What about you?
So you get the salt, you just wipe it off?
Because it's a little salt flavor left.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's too plain.
It is. I like those little tiny pretzels.
Yes.
Did you have them when you were a kid?
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite.
They're stuffed with cheese. Yes. It's good. Love those. Up next, an update this morning in the murder for an Aurora man whose body was found on the Mesabi Trail in January. A Hibbing judge has ruled 18-year-old Deshaun Bonnell is competent to stand trial. He's charged with multiple counts, including first-degree murder of 33-year-old Joshua LaValle. According to court documents, LaValle was blindfolded and shot in the face twice. Bonnell will appear in court May 30th. Meanwhile, another suspect in the case, 17-year-old Bailey French, is due back in court May the 16th on first-degree murder charges. 20-year-old suspect Anthony Housen pled guilty to second-degree murder earlier this year. He's also due back in court May 16th. Former state lawmaker Joe Radinovich is resigning from his new state government job with the Iron Range Resources and Rehabilitation Board. This after his controversial quick hire earlier this month. Radinovich got hired as a state program administrator for $100,000 a year. But an investigation by the Ely Timber Jay newspaper uncovered the job opening was only posted for 24 hours before he was hired, fast-tracking the usual government employment process of hiring after 21 days of a job post. Radinovich will be resigning next Tuesday. He released the following statement. It reads in part, quote, it's my intent to refocus the public's attention on the important mission of the Iron Range Resources and Rehabilitation through my action today. Last night, a free class in Superior taught citizens about how to run for office. It's a three-part course taught by Superior City Councilor Jenny Van Sickle and Mayor Jim Payne. Students learn how to file paperwork and campaign for a variety of offices. Everyone is welcome at the class, but it's geared for women and women of color.
A lot of people don't know that I'm the first Native woman elected to Superior City Council. It's important to have more people at the table, to have a wider representation of people making decisions.
The third and final session is happening next Thursday at 6 p.m. at the Superior Public Library. Former Vice President Joe Biden is coming off his first big fundraiser event last night as a 2020 presidential candidate. He's trying to play catch-up, even though he is leading most polls. And as Fox News correspondent Doug Luzader reports from Washington this morning, the man Biden hopes to replace is also weighing in.
President Trump is calling Biden Sleepy Joe, but Biden may be well positioned to take on President Trump if he wins the nomination.
You can hear the story now. Biden runs over press or something.
I'm trying, sir. I'm trying.
And with that, Joe Biden was on his way.
We're in the battle for the soul of this nation.
His day began with a video release announcing his plans to run for president. It would end with a high-dollar Philadelphia fundraiser as Biden courts wealthy Democratic donors in an effort to catch up with candidates like Bernie Sanders with well-stocked campaign war chests. But what Biden already has is this: the Real Clear Politics average of polls that shows him besting President Trump by almost 8 points. And the president was quick to discount his latest adversary.
He's not the brightest light bulb in the group, I don't think, but he has a name that they know. He's not going to be able to deal with President Xi, I will tell you. That's a different level of energy and, frankly, intelligence.
But from former President Obama, Biden's old boss, no endorsement, something Biden shrugged off.
I asked President Obama not to endorse, and he doesn't want to. Whoever wins this nomination should win it on their own merits.
And with Biden fresh out of the gate, he is already facing criticism not just from Republicans, but from some in his own party. The far-left group Justice Democrats highlighted Biden's moderate voting record through the years, calling him out of touch. And that is almost certainly a sign of things to come with a very crowded and very competitive primary field. In Washington, Doug Luzader, Fox News.
Well, back in the Northland, more than 300 volunteers dedicate their time at Animal Allies, and Thursday the organization was thanking them during Volunteer Recognition Day. Animal Allies celebrated by offering donuts and coffee to all volunteers. Some even won a few prizes like restaurant gift certificates. Animal Allies says they are grateful for the volunteers that spend their time helping the shelter.
It's so special for us to be able to recognize our volunteers because we just truly love them. We could not do this work without them, and they make everything up here at the shelter possible.
Now, Animal Allies is looking for more volunteers to help with the 27th annual Walk for Animals and Furry 5K coming up. The event will be held on June the 1st at Bayfront Festival Park. Well, in case you weren't aware, it's National Scoop the Poop Week, dog poop that is. Now, people want dog owners to clean up after their pets, of course, right?
Oh, yes, they sure do. Now, it's not just about the manners. Scoop the Poop is even about protecting the environment as well. Fox 21's Catherine Huntley dropped into the Superior Dog Park to get the scoop.
This week is Scoop the Poop Week, where dog owners are encouraged to always pick up after their pets to keep our resources clean. Dogs and their owners played at the Superior Dog Park today and even got free poop bag handouts during National Scoop the Poop Week. The goal is to encourage owners to always pick up after their dogs to protect the environment.
Anything that is left on the ground, whether it's pet waste or litter, grass clippings from your yard, is washing into our storm drains. It can go down into the ditches or into a storm drain, and those go directly to the river and ultimately Lake Superior.
If you are desperate and don't have a bag, they encourage you to bury the dog's poop to minimize its impact on the environment. One owner we spoke with even gets creative when in need.
Just last week I did, and I had to run into a shop and grab one. So, I mean, there's usually bags around or something you can do, or you can run back and get one.
If you don't happen to have a bag, some dog parks like this one in Superior provide bags that you can use to help keep the dog park and the environment clean. In Superior, I'm Catherine Huntley, Fox 21 Local News.
Catherine, thank you. What an assignment, huh?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, she's on Poo Patrol.
Poo Patrol yesterday.
Poo Patrol, yes. It's
good
important,
stuff.
though,
But
like
yes,
she was saying.
Yes, clean up. We don't want to be swimming in that in Lake Superior,
Yeah.
drinking that eventually. So.
Definitely. Remember when I did Poo Prints at Endy, the building you see right there?
There you go.
Yeah, they enforce it over there.
They have a poop policy.
They do. They'll collect your poo, they'll test it, and
they'll
find out whose dog it's from.
They will. Dun, dun, dun.
Yes, but taking a quick look outside this morning, it's beautiful out there, isn't it,
It
Brittany?
sure is. I gotta love it.
Well,
Welcome back to this week's Active Adventures. If the long, cold winter has had you cooped up inside, well, now it's time to get outside and enjoy the 60-degree weather down in Pine City at Wings North, where I have Chad Hughes, the owner here. Now tell me, how have you guys been doing down here?
You know, we had a rough winter. January and February. February, March were a little rough, but it's been a great spring. Things have been going well. We've had a lot of customers coming out, a lot of clay shooting events, and a lot of bird hunters that were anxious to get out in the off season, digging enough time, have been out and enjoying the outdoors.
Fine. Oh, buddy.
Yeah, that's perfect, because you are open year-round. Pheasant hunting season doesn't stop in January here, does it?
Correct, yeah. We offset the downtimes, you know, when people want to get out, they want to go out and get their dog on birds off season. You know, we offer pheasants through the end of April, chukka, partridge, bobwhite, quail, and pigeons all summer for dog training experience, and guys can get their dogs out, keep them on birds during those cool mornings and cool evenings.
Yeah, so I've never done this before. Can you tell me a little bit about kind of what goes into it and how your process goes when you get here?
So the way we're set up is we do everything on a reservation basis. That way we can give you the illusion that we're organized. And then we do, we've got 20 different hunting fields that we operate on and 489 acres. So we set all the fields up accordingly, all the groups going out and everything like that. People make a reservation, let us know how many birds they'd like, and we get them set up.
You kind of choose your birds, kind of prepay what you're going to do, and then they'll be placed in the field for you.
Correct. We kind of custom make everyone's outdoor experience that they want. So if guys are training their dogs, they want to get a young dog on birds, we'll get the birds in a crate for them. They can take them out and release them one at a time. Otherwise, if they call us and let us know they've got 3 guys coming down, we'll release 15 birds for them an hour before they get here, and the birds get acclimated to the area, and it gives them more wild experience.
Wow, amazing. My first one, my first pheasant. Look at it, isn't it a beauty? You also have that clay trap shooting too, right?
Nice shot.
Correct, yep, we've got 3 trap ranges and 2 sporting clays courses.
So I had a blast out here. Can you tell me what the vibe is when people leave or when they're coming back and returning here?
Well, you know, we're very fortunate. We pacify the need for the off season. So everybody comes out. They've got their trips they take to North Dakota, South Dakota, the grouse hunting up north, you know, pheasant hunting all over. So in the off season, they're keeping their dogs in tune, keeping their skills sharp, you know, out shooting clays, out bird hunting, doing the whole thing.
Been here?
We opened in 1998, so this is actually our 20-year anniversary this year. This is our 20th season, so it's been awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we've been very fortunate. We've got a great staff that make the whole thing work. You know, you can't do it alone, and we've got 42 dog and handlers. We've got a bunch of gals in the clubhouse, and staff, outdoor staff's just amazing.
Oh, we love it. So do you have any fun competitions or contests or anything going on coming up?
We do. We've got actually the St. Mary Knights of Columbus shoot. We've got 125 sporting clay shooters that'll be down here on Friday. So that makes it really fun. And then we've got, we do an archery pheasant hunt with flu arrows and archery only. We do a bunch of competitions like that.
We're coming back for that one.
Right, yeah. So there's a lot of stuff going on. A little something for everything. Our local Pheasants Forever chapter just did a Pheasants Forever youth hunt. We do a lot with Safari Club. We've got a women's only pheasant hunt coming that you can come down and participate in. Would be great.
I'm going to definitely do that.
Some knuckles.
Oh, that's good stuff. So it's pretty cool. Oh, shoot, there's a little bit of video where you can see the dog running through.
Oh, going to get it?
And trying to get it, yeah. But I will say I did not kill any pigeons.
Okay.
I did, though,
Perfect.
Kill those clay ones, those
yeah,
little clay
you were good.
discs. Woo!
You have quite the aim.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was having fun.
Nice.
It's a good adrenaline rush, too. And hey,
Definitely.
I did, however, eat some pheasant afterwards.
Did you really?
They taste really good.
You like
it? It's
it?
one of my first times ever trying it.
Does it taste like chicken?
Tastes like chicken.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
All birds. Tastes like chicken, right?
Yes,
Looks
exactly.
like a lot of fun.
But
Perfect
it's cool.
day for it,
Yeah,
too.
and it's cool to do in the off season because it is not in season right now. It ends in January. This is an off season kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's a little club you go to and you kind of keep your stuff in line if you're a big hunter. So
Exactly. You got to
there
keep
you go.
your aim up to
Exactly.
par, right?
Yeah. And keep your dog trained too.
Perfect. Well, there's still 30 minutes of news ahead. Here's the rundown through 9. Welcome back. Many of us honored Earth Day on Monday, but the Duluth Experience is looking to keep the conversation and celebration happening all weekend as well. Now this morning, Dave Grand-Mason with the Duluth Experience is here with us. Dave, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me in.
Yes, thanks for being here. So this Sunday, we have a big skyline cleanup event happening, correct?
That's right. So, one of the things about the Duluth Experience is we want to make connections. We want to connect people to Duluth, and getting outside in the springtime after a long winter to sort of help beautify the city is a great way to do it.
Yeah, definitely. So anyone is welcome to come and participate, right?
That's right. So we teamed up last year actually for the first Skyline cleanup, and we teamed up with Lake Superior Brewing, Whole Foods Co-op, and Duluth Parks. And we're doing that again this year on Sunday, and everybody's invited to come out and help us clean up Skyline Parkway.
Awesome. And last year you collected many pounds of trash,
Over
right?
1,300 pounds of trash. Wow. We had somewhere around 70 volunteers come out. It was really fun. We got a chance to get out, make some new friends, do something good for Duluth, and then we had a nice after party at Lake Superior Brewing Company and had some social time. It was great.
What would you say if someone's maybe on the edge of coming out this Sunday, and I'm sure that they really get a payback for going out and cleaning up their own community, correct?
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, you get to meet people, you get to spend some time in community helping to do something nice for Duluth, and it's a great way to just be active and make a difference.
Sure, definitely. So where are we going to meet on Sunday?
2 o'clock, we'll be meeting at the Lake Superior Brewing parking lot. And then from there, we'll use the Duluth Experience van to deploy people along Skyline Parkway, and we're going to be working between Haynes Road and Highland Street.
Okay.
So that's going to be where we focus, and then depending on how many people turn out, we might be able to even look at more of Skyline Parkway. So,
perfect.
Yeah, fingers crossed, and the weather is looking great, according to Brittany, so very excited about that.
She ordered up a good day for you.
It looks like it, yeah.
And then one more time, just to tell us a little bit about that after party, too.
Yep,
That
so
sounds like fun.
then we'll head back to Lake Superior Brewing Company. Folks that are 21 years of age or older will get a beer. Okay. We'll have some food. Whole Foods Co-op is bringing some munchies. And there'll be some raffle items and things like that. So it's a celebration. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else that you'd like to mention this morning?
Come on out and have some fun and help us clean up Duluth.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Dave, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Yes. Now let's get to check the forecast with Brittany.
Well, it's a beautiful day to go climb over a rock garden and get yourself a good spot right next to some beautiful waterfalls or streams. Just the sound of that rushing water sounds so relaxing and beautiful. And that kind of pairs well with today. We're seeing beautiful sunshine across the region and some chillier temperatures compared to yesterday, where we are actually sitting in those mid-30s to low 40s here this morning. A little bit cooler than yesterday by about 5 to 10 degrees starting off. But those winds are different too. They're pretty strong out of the northwest with gusts up to 15 to 20 miles per hour. We're even still seeing it hit 25 at times. And when that happens, it kind of makes it feel more like the upper 20s to low 30s, which is actually below freezing temperature. So a little chilly. Grab your jacket as you head out today, but overall abundant sunshine. Just a few little light fluffy clouds are popping up here at the Twin Ports. Those will start to burn off and leave us alone, and we'll have a nice, bright, sunny blue day today. So get outside and enjoy it. Like I said, go by some rivers, have some fun outside, go to the lake too. I see people fishing out there right now. It's a gorgeous one, and highs will make it into those low to mid 50s. Happy Friday, everybody, and I hope you enjoy your beautiful weekends.